Hello, thank you so much for joining me for story time. My name is Caitlyn and I work at EVPL Oakland. For this special story time today, we'll be reading a book and then we'll be making a recipe afterwards. Cooking with your children is a great way to incorporate early literacy skills as well as math. They can help with measuring things out, which is a math skill. They can also help with reading the recipe and gathering the ingredients, and it also can introduce them to new vocabulary that you might not find in a regular book. So our book for today is called Creepy Carrots by Aaron Reynolds. Do you think carrots can be creepy? These guys certainly look a little creepy, don't they? Well, let's open it up and find out. It says, creepy carrots. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Crackenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. You can see him, he's munching on a little carrot right here. There's a bunch of them in this field. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. He just loves them. Until they started following him. Uh-oh. He first noticed something strange. After the big game against the East Valley Hares, Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. Uh-oh. Look at these guys in the back here. They certainly look a little creepy and they don't look very happy at Jasper. He turned, but there was nothing there. It's just normal carrots. Just my imagination, he thought, but he hopped a little faster. That night as he was brushing his teeth, there they were! Jasper whipped around, but nothing. What is it really? Looks like a rubber duck, a washcloth, a shampoo bottle. The carrots weren't there at all. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Crackenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Whew, creepy carrots. It was ridiculous. He looks a little relieved down here. But when he arrived home that evening, Mom! Jasper screamed, creepy carrots in the shed! His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. Looks like some paint, a saw, and some hedge trimmers. There are no such thing as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it breathing. Terrible, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, creepy carrots! He shouted, Dad! Dad! His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. But there's no carrot there, is there? They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. Just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now, go to sleep. That wasn't going to happen. How does he look here? Do you think he looks a little worried maybe, or a little scared? I think so. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. He's seeing carrots all over the place where there are none. What do you think he's going to do about it? I bet he's formulating a plan. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. What's he doing here? Let's see, it looks like he's digging a moat, filling it up. He's making a fence. Oh my goodness, he put alligators in the moat, and look how tall that fence is. There's no way he's getting in there now. As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. On his way home, there was no tunk, tunk, tunk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field, you see them peeking through the fence? Cheered! Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch ever again. The end. Stay tuned for our recipe. Thank you. Hello, thank you for joining me for our recipe. So we just read creepy carrots, so now we're gonna make carrot cupcakes. So as you're cooking in the kitchen, your kids can help you measure things out. They can help stir as well, and they can also even help put it in the oven with adult supervision, of course. So for our recipe, which comes from sugarspunrun.com, first we'll need to preheat our oven to 350. All right, and then we'll need to get all of our dry ingredients together. So for this recipe, we need 1 1/4 cup flour. Go ahead and put that in. We'll need a 1/2 cup granulated sugar, a 1/2 cup packed brown sugar. We'll need 3/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So first things first, you're gonna go ahead and mix all of this together. And you can also use a hand mixer for this if you have one at home, or you can make your kids do it, get some energy out. All right, make sure you get all of those lumps out of it. So we'll mix all that together until well mixed. All right, now we're ready to go. So next, we'll have our wet ingredients over here. So first, we'll stir in a 3/4 cup of canola oil. And then you'll want to go ahead and mix that in. And again, a hand mixer makes this easier. So as you're mixing, the batter will look quite thick, and that's okay. It'll get a little waterier as we add the other things. All right, and then next we need 2 eggs, so we're gonna add them one at a time into the bowl, making sure that we stir well and incorporate the egg after each one. I've never been good at cracking eggs, so doing it on camera is even more nerve-wracking. And I know from my kids' cooking class program that kids love to crack the eggs. So that's also something that they can do. That'll help them work on their fine motor skills as well. Just something different that they can do besides cutting with scissors or playing with pencils and crayons. So mix that in, and then we'll get our other egg. Make sure it's all nice and incorporated in there. So then that's what it's gonna look like. So now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of milk, and you can use any kind of milk. This is actually half and half because that's just what I happen to have at home, and even that'll work. So go ahead and put that in. And then we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we're gonna mix again just to get it all together in there. Oh, it smells so good. All right, and that's what it looks like so far. And then for our final step, you can also add a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts or something like that if you'd like. But the most important part is, of course, our creepy carrots. So this is about 1/2 bag of a small bag of baby carrots that I used, and I have a food processor at home, so I just shredded them through there. But you can use a hand grater as well, that works just as well. Just make sure if you're using that at home that you do it with adult supervision. So we're gonna add those in. And also make sure that you don't grind it so fine that you get a lot of juice, or else your carrots will be overpoweringly sweet, overpoweringly taste like just carrot juice. Carrots are naturally sweet, but you definitely don't want them to just taste like a carrot. You want them to balance with all the other flavors in there. All right, so once we stir in our carrots, that's what it looks like there. So then this will make a dozen cupcakes. So you can have your little cupcake tin with the liners in it. And I find it easier just to use a regular spoon. You're gonna fill them about halfway to 3/4 of the way full. And then once you've done that, you'll pop them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So with my toaster oven, I tried them yesterday, it took me about 25 minutes. So about the 20-minute mark, if you're at home with a more powerful oven, you might want to stick a toothpick in it and just check them to see if they're done. And then once you've done that, feel free to add any kind of frosting that you would like. Vanilla frosting would probably go really well with these. And then once you've baked them, this is the final result. So go ahead and make them at home. They're really sweet and delicious, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.